Hello everyone, it's Lorika here. Today I am doing my first book tag. I'm doing the Spring is in the Air tag, and it was created by Uncommon Reader and from Beyond Books. They have some really cool channels, so really nice. Go check them out, I'll link them. And I was tagged by A Poet Reads to Write, another really nice YouTube channel. So I'll link all of those below. So yeah, this tag comes at just the right time because in Sweden we celebrated spring on the 1st of May, the beginning of spring. So timing is perfect. So let's have a look at all the prompts here. The prompt number 1 is Spring Chicks, a book that made you feel warm and fuzzy. Oh, there's just absolutely no, I just know which one. And this is the one, Wool Gathering by Patti Smith. Oh, this book, it's a small little book, really small, beautiful little book. And it's she writes about her childhood years, but in this kind of story-like mythical sense. It's just beautiful. Every time I read this book, the first part of it, when I read this opening, I cry. And I can't tell you how many times I've read it. It's just so beautiful. Oh, Patti Smith is just amazing. Yeah. So the opening paragraph is a bidding, and it starts by, I always imagined I would write a book, if only a small one, that would carry one away into a realm that could not be measured nor even remembered. Isn't that beautiful? Like a book that can carry you away in a realm that you might not even remember you were there. It's just, wow, it's so beautiful. So yeah, that is my book that makes me feel warm and fuzzy and just good. And prompt number 2 is April Showers, a book set on or near the water. So I chose 2 because I couldn't pick one. And the first one I'm going to talk about is a more of a newer book. It's called Curse by Madeline Miller. Most of you must have probably seen this book. It's a book about the gods and the goddesses and all that kind of intrigue going on. And I actually really enjoyed the book. I wasn't sure about it, but because when I see epic family rivalry, then I'm thinking, oh no, I don't know if I want to read this. But this book really was good. It surprised me. So yeah, I liked it. So that is set on or near water because she's banned to some island in the middle of nowhere with just water around her. And then the second one is Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. Really lovely book. This is a Penguin Readers edition. I also have it in Daphne du Maurier. I think it's four of her Cornish novels or something like that. Yeah, I love this book. It's something about it. I've read it so many times. I don't know why I love this book so much, but it's just, I like the completely, I mentioned this before, maybe the unredeemable characters. They're just so bad. It's like, there's no saving these guys. So yeah, I like that. And then spring break is prompt number 3, which is talk about a time when you took a break from reading. I have been reading for as long as I can remember. I started reading very, very young. I just kind of seem to have picked it up naturally by accident. I don't know. My parents were teachers, and we were living in a boarding school, and my mum always helped the kids that just started school with their homework, and they always stood in line and read to her from their homework, like short little things, the young ones in school. And I was younger than them, but I always stood in line at the back. And then one day my mom's like, okay, you can read as well. So I read to her, and she said that she thought, this sounds like proper reading. and she's like, she turned the page to another page so that she thought maybe I remembered the story. And then I read that too. So yeah, I just started to read, probably learning from other kids. I have no idea. And so reading has always been part of my life. But I'd say maybe around the end of COVID, I don't know, during end of COVID for a couple of years there, I don't know what it was, but my brain just didn't want to focus. So I really struggled, and I took a couple of years off from reading. Not that I even thought that I was taking off. I opened a book. I read a few lines. I couldn't take it in, and then I put it away, and then try again. And then this year I joined this reading challenge, and it's just opened up and got me my love back for reading. So great, thanks Candy on your reading challenge. And then prompt number 4 is Swallow's Homecoming, a book or author you always return to for comfort. Oh, this book. I've read this book so many times. I have it on Kindle, one version and then I have 2 soft copies, and all 3 copies of this book is called something different, but it's all by the same authors, the same story. So I don't know where this comes from. It's probably printed in different countries. But my favorite is this cover, which I recently bought because I just had to have this cover. It's called The Highland Witch by Susan Fletcher. Oh my God, this book is just out of this world. It's like, if I have to define what is my Bible, this would be my Bible, literally. When I read this book, I just get this amazing love for the world and compassion and appreciation for my life and for the things around me. I mean, it's just something about the words, about the style of how she writes. I mean, it's just beautiful. The way this witch, Corag, sees the world, and she's locked away in this dark cell waiting execution, and she starts talking to this pastor or reverend, and the way she talks, the way she speaks, how she describes her life. Oh, it's just absolutely wonderful. So this version is called The Highland Witch, and then the other version is called Witch Light. It's the same book, just different titles. I think it's published in different countries. And then the one on the Kindle is called Corag, the name of the girl in the book, the witchy girl. So yeah, that is a book that I always come back to. I even have 3 copies of it, so it's always near. And then let's see what's next. Prompt number 5. Blooms, a book that starts slow but blossomed into one of your favorites. Yeah, I was struggling with that because a lot of the books I really like start slow. So I'm not so much for the action books of things happening and it goes quickly and thriller kind of vibe. But if I have to choose one, because I really love this book, I've only read it twice because it's very heavy, but I would say it's Pure by Andrew Miller, another Miller. And yeah, it's a very it's a very intense book. It's I'm gonna just read the back. Deep in the heart of Paris, its oldest cemetery is by 1782 overflowing, tainting the very breath of those who live nearby. Into their midst comes Jean-Baptiste Baratte, a young provincial engineer charged by the king with demolishing it, this old cemetery. At first, Baratte sees this as a chance to clear the burden of history, a fitting task for a modern man of reason. But before long, he begins to suspect that the destruction of the cemetery might be a prelude to his own. It's heavy. I tell you it's heavy, but it is good. It's really, the way it's written is just really beautiful. Let's see. The opening line is, a young man, young but not very young, sits in an anteroom somewhere, some wing or other in the palace of Versailles. He is waiting. He has been waiting for a long time. So yeah, this is a really beautiful book that started slow, but it's magical, magnificent book. Then prompt 6. Eggs in a basket. 3 books on your TBR. So on my to-read list. So I chose for you, I have a couple of books, few books on my TBR, but these are, I just had to choose 3, so these are the 3. 2 of them are by South African authors and one is by a Japanese author. So the first one is by Damon Galgut and it's called The Promise. It's a South African writer. I love his books. It's a little bit, his books are generally quite heavy, but yeah, I like them. I love this inside cover with the farmhouse. I know it's going to be good because he's good. And he won the Booker Prize in 2021 with this book as well. So it's a good book. I know it will be good because I love his writing. The other one is another South African author who usually writes kind of crime novels, which I also love. He's writing. I think it's because it's all set in South Africa, so I recognize the space and the people and the language, and it makes me feel at home when I read it. So, and this one is a bit different. This is called Fever, and it's by Deon Meyer. And it's kind of like a end of times kind of a thing. Like everybody died and then it's his father and son going on this journey trying to survive. It says here, Stephen King said of it, reminiscent of The Stand and The Passage. Great stuff. So yeah, it's I haven't read it, but I'm really looking forward to reading it because I love Deon Meyer, so it will be a good read, I'm sure. And then the third one is by another one of my favorite authors, and this is by Haruki Murakami, The City and Its Uncertain Walls. Oh, look at that book. It's so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And has these like kind of like images. Look at that. Look at the shadows in there, right? It's fantastic. Really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to this book. I have to say I don't know that much about it, but if Murakami wrote it, I will buy it and I will read it. That's how much I like him. So those are my 3 to-be read books. Then prompt number 7, Green Pastures, a classic that never gets old. Well, I have 2 of them. You can't ask me to just choose one. I'm sorry. So the first one is I think most people will probably choose this, is this cute little book. It's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I bought this book so many years ago in a second-hand bookshop in Cape Town in South Africa, and it's just so pretty, so pretty. I don't know when it was printed, this version, but it doesn't have a date here. Maybe one page in. No, it doesn't say. But it's such a pretty little book. It's not new, that's for sure, because you can see how I've had it also for many years. So that's the first one. And the second classic that never gets old is my favorite Jane Austen, which is Persuasion. Love this book as well. This is also a Penguin. It's a Penguin classic. I got this, also have had this for years and years. But yeah, I love these two books. They're just beautiful books. And then now prompt 8 and 9 is a bit problematic for me. Prompt 8, Pollen, a book or author you are allergic to. I hate to say I'm allergic to an author because, because I write myself, I know what goes into writing a book. You don't just sit down and start typing up words. You put your soul into a book, even if the book turns out not exactly the way you thought it would, or if it's not a bestseller, or maybe the best of writing. Your soul is in that book as a writer. And I just cannot bear to say I'm allergic to another writer, because for me it's just, no, I can't say that. However, I can say that certain books that styles of writing maybe that I'm not necessarily allergic to, but I struggle with, is when it's a little bit too, can I say pompous? Like when something is too serious, like just try to be too clever, right? I don't like that. I don't like that. And also when and that ties together with trying to be too clever, is when they string you along and then suddenly they just drop you into something that just absolutely makes no sense. There's no reason for that to have happened. And I spend all this time reading and investing in this story, and then that happens. I will never read this again. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I get very worked up. Anyway, so that's my answer to that. It's a bit hard because I don't want to talk. I just don't like to talk about other authors in not a positive way. And then the last one is prompt number 9, which is Equinox. 2 books on your shelves, or 2 books on your shelves of equal length or worth. I couldn't. I didn't know how to answer that. I didn't know how to answer that one, so I don't have an answer for that. Maybe I just choose. Where is she? Where is she? Here we go. Maybe I choose. It's the same book, right? Susan Fletcher's The Highland Witch and the Witchlight. So cheating, but hey ho, that's it. Okay, so that was it. And then the last prompt is prompt number 10, tag others. Now I'm very, very new here on this booktube, so I don't know many booktubers. So there isn't really anybody I can tag, and some of the people I would have liked to tag has already been tagged. So I'm just going to say, anybody who wants to do it, go for it. And I was looking forward to watching. That is it. Thanks for Philip for tagging me, and for Daniela as well as Abene and Reina for creating the tag. So I wish you a beautiful day further. Thanks for watching. Bye.